Not every small business journey starts with viral videos or instant sales. Sometimes it's quiet. It's just you, your ideas, and the discipline to keep showing up. And honestly, that's where I am right now in my journey. No huge sales, just me trying to build something from nothing. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel where I am documenting my small business journey. So if you'd like to follow along, then hit the subscribe button. The reason why I started my small business is because I just wanted to create something for myself. I've always wanted to start my own small business, and I even went to school for a business degree. And after graduating, I knew that I had to listen to that voice in my head that was telling me to start something of my own. And after a lot of failed job applications and not getting anywhere in this job market, I knew that right now was the best time for me to start, even though I did not feel ready or did not have the necessary skills. I just had to jump in and learn the skills as I went on in this small business journey. Before starting my small business journey, there was, of course, a lot of excitement and a lot of motivation, but I didn't know what the reality of starting a small business would look like. And the reality did hit me very hard. And I think that's because when we see other small businesses on social media, you do see the finished product, but you don't see the struggle. And that's why I make a lot of real and honest videos explaining the highs and the lows in my small business. But I wasn't ready for the quiet when I started my small business. I thought that as soon as I post my first project or my first product, I was going to get lots of sales and a lot of engagement, but that was not what happened. I was posting very consistently, but the engagement wasn't very high or it wasn't really there. But I knew that the beginning is always quiet, and I had to keep reminding myself of this. And I do still get these thoughts in my head where it's like, am I even doing this right? Or is there something that I need to do differently? Will it ever work out? Will my products ever sell? Will I ever be able to grow my YouTube channel? But then again, I just keep showing up, and I do it when it's hard. I do it when my negative thoughts creep in, because I always remember why I started, and I am doing this for my future self. And I also am learning that learning is a slow process, and everything that I'm doing, all the new things that I'm doing, and even the things that I continuously do, they're teaching me something. Each time I'm taking away a new little bit of knowledge that I can continue to put into my small business to make it what I want it to be. Because I'm in such an early stage into my small business, it is very quiet, but that doesn't mean that I'm not making any progress. It's just not progress that is seen or that can be measured, but I'm making quiet progress. Like, I'm learning new skills and I'm improving and doing things to better the small business. Whether that's in improving my product, marketing, learning how to create short form videos and long form videos. But it's also understanding social media and each platform, as I do post on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. And there are little things that are different from each of the apps. So learning how to grow on each platform has also been something I've been focusing on. And I really make sure that I show up even when I am discouraged and I feel like my negative thoughts are creeping in, because it matters how often you show up and the results will compound. So showing up when I'm tired, showing up when I don't want to, showing up when I feel like I'm not doing anything right is so important, and it's just getting me closer to my end goal, even though it may not feel like it in the moment. This takes me right into my next point, which is the discipline of showing up. Motivation comes and goes, and you may even relate if you are trying to build a small business or you currently have a small business, that in the beginning it's so easy to rely on motivation because your motivation is just so high and you're just so excited about starting something new, but it comes and goes and it will not last forever. But discipline is what keeps you going, even on those quiet phases and when you feel like you're not making any progress. And as I said earlier, showing up even when you don't want to really does matter, because even though it's just a small action, it still is doing something for yourself and your small business, because when you show up tired, you still made some progress that again will result in building something sustainable and doing something good for your small business. One thing that has really helped me in my small business journey so far is documenting all my little wins, and wins that don't seem so drastic. So I told myself I was going to launch a product in February, and I did, and I was so proud. I made sure I noted that down, because in March, when I'm feeling demotivated, I can look back at my little wins and remember that I did do something. And I would really encourage you to try this as well, because we forget our small wins, or we overlook those wins so often, but they are wins, and they are just a reminder that you are on the right path and you did hard things before and you can do them again and continue in your small business journey to create exactly what you are wanting to create for yourself. If you are also in this quiet phase, this is your reminder that you are not failing, you are just early. Every successful business had a quiet beginning, and it takes a while before you may see big drastic changes in your small business journey, but that doesn't mean that what you're doing is wrong or not working for you. I'm documenting this journey honestly. I like to talk about the good, the slow, and the uncertain. If you're building something as well, subscribe so we can grow through this together. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.